What's up, my name's Technover here for Troubleshoot and welcome back to another video. In this quick video, I'll be showing you Message.style, a simple embed generator for Discord, which allows you to generate embed messages using Discord webhooks. It's a pretty cool little tool, and I'll guide you through using it here. So, in the description down below, you'll find a link to Message.style. When you get here, you'll be presented with this interface. Essentially, the right-hand side is the output preview here, and the left-hand side is what we'll be putting into the system. There are two ways of doing this. First of all, we can use a webhook to send messages to our server, or we can invite the bot, which allows us to do some extra cool things like adding buttons and menus in the message. We'll start with inviting the bot, as that works just a little bit better. So we'll click Invite Bot at the very top, sign in with Discord, and we can choose a server to add this to. For me, I'll add this to Troubleshoot Server, continue, and I'll make sure both of these are ticked, then authorize. After confirming we're human, the bot will then join our server, and in general chat, you can see Embed Generator has now joined. Awesome. Now we can head back to Message.style, log in the top right, and we can log in with our Discord account. This lets us customize the bot. So we can choose to use either channel or webhook. Once again, using the channel for the bot will give you a few extra commands here. We can select a server that it exists on, that we currently have admin access on, and we can choose a channel to send messages to. I'll select general chat here. So we can enter a name, I'll say Troubleshoot Bot, and we can give it an avatar. For this, I'll head across to, say, Imager, pick a random picture here, and I'll copy the image address. I'll paste it into here in the avatar URL, and just like that, the image is coming through. Then we can set some content, so this is a test message, and of course we can stylize it by selecting text and clicking these options here. So bold, we can italics, underline, etc., and you can see the message being customized here. This is of course just the message content, which is the message here, and not the embed, which is this fancy bit at the very bottom, but we'll get there just now. We can also add attachments. In this case, we can add up to 10 attachments, up to a total of 8 megabytes. So this could of course be text files, etc. Finally, when you're happy, you can click Send Message on the right-hand side here, and your message will be sent to the Discord server. So having a look here, this is a test message. Here's the attachment that I had on it. It's displaying like this because it's a text file that can be read, but usually it'll just be a download button. And of course, here's the embed. It's a little bit messy as there's not too much going on here, but that's the basic functionality. If you're happy with what you sent and you'd like to send it again later, you can always view JSON, which we can copy this. And of course, you can edit your message here by changing some text. As such, save, and it updates, as you can see. On the top right, we can click Messages, and we can give it a name here, say Test Message, and we can save up to 25 messages on our account, just like this. We can choose to download it, to simply load it over here, or upload it to save our current settings as whatever we choose to update here. And of course, we can delete it too. So I'll remove my attachment, and let's get to customizing embeds. If I expand the embed here, we can give it some information, pictures, URLs, and this is where things get really advanced. So I'll change up the content and the username, and let's focus on the embed over here. We can set an author name over here, which appears right above the text, and we can set a URL to be taken to when people click this author text up here, and of course an icon to display next to this name. So maybe just google.com, and when people click it, they'll be taken across to google.com, and we can set an icon URL. For this, I'll take a different image, copy the address once more, and plop it in here, and you can see how it appears. Then the body, which is this section over here, we can customize with description text, which is the text over here, and a URL as well. This way, when people click the title, they'll be taken across to whatever the URL is here. In this case, I'll link it to Troubleshoot. You can see it's now blue, and upon clicking this, it'll take you across to Troubleshoot. Simple as that. We can set a color for the sidebar over here. We can click it for a color picker. I'll choose, say, maybe orange. And of course, we can customize the text as you can anything else. It's simple markdown. You can add smileys, links, etc., though you can't add images and special things like that here. We can do this later on, however. Looking a bit further down, we'll skip over fields, and we can set an image URL here and a thumbnail URL to display a picture right below it here. So I'll pick, say, a different cat, plop the image URL in, and maybe a smaller picture for the thumbnail, which can of course be a completely different picture, and you can see how they appear here. We have the image URL and the thumbnail URL up here. Of course, you can have one and not the other, or both of them. Finally, the footer is text that is displayed right after the image over here. So this is some sample footer text, and you'd probably describe whatever the image is, etc., etc. It's all really up to you. Timestamp, we can set a custom timestamp for this embed over here. Let's go for maybe 4:20, 56 minutes past midnight. There is the time over there, though I think the minutes and hours aren't shown on most devices. Finally, a footer icon URL. Once again, we can clutter up our embed with even more images, and there's a tiny picture down here now. Let's talk about fields. So I'll minimize these other options here just to make things a lot more simple. Fields. Add field. And inside of here, we can set a name. So maybe test field. We can give it a description. So this is a description for test field. We can once again customize it with simple markdown. And we can choose to add even more test fields as well. So field 2, I could spell. If we were to choose inline on both of these, they'd be displayed inline as such. So maybe adding a third field, you can see exactly what inline does. We can choose to have 2 options inline, and when we choose to do so, you'll see them appear side by side. Choosing all 3 of them or even more, once again, they'll all be side by side as you'd expect. Anyways, we've got a test field, field 2, field 3, displaying next to each other, and I'm happy with this message as is. So minimizing fields. We finally have components at the very bottom. We can add a button row and a select menu. I'll add a button row first, expand row 1, and we can choose to add a button. So inside of button 1, we can choose what it does. In this case, I'll make it a direct link. We can choose a style for the button here. You can select one of these colors or leave it as a direct link so it has a little link icon. We can set some text, so I'll title it maybe troubleshoot, and it'll take you across to my YouTube channel over here. We can add more buttons with, say, different colors. When people click these, if it's set to a direct link, they'll be taken across to another tab where your link is set to take them to. However, if it's a button like this, and we have a response programmed in here instead of a URL, when they click it, they'll see a response right below it from the embed generator. Pretty cool. Different colors have the same effect. They all lead to this response. The only one that's different is the direct link over here. So maybe this message is a bit better. Subscribe to me on YouTube. Awesome. Let's go ahead and add the last option here, a select menu. So row 2, which is the new row that we just added, we can set a placeholder, so maybe default value, and we can add some options to it. So option 1, I'll call the same option 1. This is an option. And the response, I'll make it say you clicked option 1. We can add a second option, so option 2. This is also an option. You clicked option 2. Right below this, we can see select menus do currently not show up in the preview. This is just a limitation of the website as it is currently. But if we go ahead and send this to Discord, you'll see exactly what this is. So with our message customized, let's go ahead and send the message. When we do, we'll have a look at Discord. And as you can see, here's our message, embed, and things like that. So once again, we have our link, which will take us across to troubleshoot, a button here, which gives us some text in response, a drop-down with a default value, or whatever you'd want to say here. Say maybe pick an option. We have option 1 and option 2, and whatever we select to will display a message right below it. Pretty cool. Of course, you can add pretty much as many of these as you'd want, and you can make your message really big and cluttered if that's what you want to. And of course, if you spent tons of time creating a message, you can view JSON and back this up yourself, or in the top right, messages, give it a name, say huge, if I could spell, and save here. There we go. Let's load our other test message, clicking the download icon. There it is. You can see it appearing here. And of course, downloading our other one, here it is here as well. Now that we're done with the basics, let's go back to a more simple message here. I'll get rid of the embed as we can add multiple of these, so clear. And let's see how we at users, for example, use server emojis, etc. For emojis, I'll upload a custom emoji here, say troubleshoot logo, and on the embed generator, maybe after a simple refresh, selecting our server and channel once more, clicking the emoji icon, you can see our server emojis right here. So I'll click this one, troubleshoot logo, and you'll see it appears right here. But let's say we want to add someone over here. How exactly would I add, say, Technobo1337? Well, we can copy it, at followed by that, send message, and unfortunately you'll see it doesn't work as you'd think. What we need to do is simply type in look for the embed generator, and we see a couple of different options here. If we click, say, Format User, get the API format for mentioning a user, we can choose a target. So in my case, Technobo. When we do so, we'll hit Enter. It'll send the command, and we'll get the API format to message this person. Essentially, it's just @ followed by the user's ID inside of these angle brackets. If we copy it and paste it into the embed generator here, you'll see that we now have @ followed by a random number here. However, if we send the message, you'll see that it's @ing Technobo, as you would expect. This is me, and of course the message is highlighted because of it. On top of this, we have /embed to quickly create a simple embedded message. So test message, and we can customize it a little bit here. So embed title, maybe google.com, and this is a description. Submit, and boop, there we go. Technobo bot, which is the user typing the /message, embed title, description, and of course the link that takes us to Google. /, we can format text to get the API format for a text with multiple mentions, channels, and custom emojis. And inside of here, we would paste some text that we can work with. So, for example, I'll clear everything and say this is a sample message. I'll add maybe the other user here and add some of my custom emojis. There we go. I've got some sample text. I'll copy this here, delete it, /format text, and I'll paste it in here. Then after hitting enter, we'll get this string of text that we can add to the website. Then I can paste it into here, and you'll see the sample up here. I can click send message, and it'll come up in chat just as we expected here. Awesome. Moving further, format channel, so we can mention a specific channel. In this case, maybe say Minecraft. We can get the hash code for this, which is just angle brackets hash followed by the channel ID. Visit me in. There we go. Send message. And you can see visit me in Minecraft, although that was a channel group. Let's try again with something else. Maybe the in-game chat. Copy this, paste it in here, send message, and you can see visit me in in-game chat. And of course, we can format to mention a role, get the avatar from a targeted user, get the icon image from the server, get an image from a custom or standard emoji on the server, get an image from a custom sticker, invite the embed generator to our own server, if not this one, restore a message from the embed generator, and dump a message. I'll try dumping a message, followed by a message ID or URL. For this, you may need developer mode enabled on Discord. We can right-click a message, copy ID, and we can paste it in here, then hit enter. When we do so, it'll give us a link to the JSON code. Clicking it will show us exactly how this message was created. We can copy this, come across to the embed generator, view JSON, paste it in here, save, and it'll all be loaded up as it was before. The message restore a message on the embed generator. If I copy, say, this one, copy ID, I'll paste it in here. We can click it. This one will take us across to discord.club, which is the old website for doing this. In the future, it'll be updated to Message.style. So by running that command, it'll load all of the information into this web page over here, which is the same as clicking View JSON and pasting it in yourself. Finally, we have /webhook, which gets a webhook for this channel, and /website, which takes you to the website. Currently, discord.club, though this will be updated. So just before we go, let's try /webhook, which gets us a webhook link for general chat over here, which is the other way of sending messages to the server. So we can choose webhook instead of channel, paste in the webhook URL, we can set a thread ID or message ID if we'd like, and send a message this way. But you'll notice that even though our message is quite complete over here, if we head back to Discord, some things may be missing here, as webhooks don't have all the permission and control over sending messages like the bot does. So if you haven't got the bot on the server, you can send things through this method, but some options may cease to work or not show up at all. Though, of course, if you're trying to work on a server that doesn't have this, that you can't invite the bot to, yet you only have access to embeds, you'll need to head across to the server settings in the top left, integrations, view webhooks, new webhook, and you can create some information here. Of course, picking a channel, etc. For this example, I'll use my server over here in, say, one of these admin or hidden channels, and I'll once again server settings, integrations, webhooks, new webhook. I'll choose the same channel here, set an image, copy webhook URL, save changes, then paste it into the embed generator, send message. you'll see that it does appear on this other server here, though because the bot isn't invited to the server, you'll see that the buttons at the bottom, the drop-down, etc. aren't working as expected, but most of the messages coming up as you would have hoped, just the interaction has sort of gone away. So you can use either Webhook on servers that you can't invite the bot to, or preferably the channel setting over here to invite this bot to your server, then send these more advanced messages with interaction built in. Anyways, that's really about it for this project. Thank you to Merlin for giving me early access to this website and tool. By the time you're watching this, you'll be able to click the link in the description down below and test it out yourself. So thank you all for watching. My name's been TechNobo here for Troubleshoot, and I'll see you all next time. Ciao.